Pokémon TCG's latest set, Mega Evolutions, just released, and the most talked about deck isn't a Mega deck. We learned that most of the Mega Pokemon in this set kinda suck. Sorry, Mega Venusaur EX, but one of the most talked about decks is actually Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Now, in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is showing you if it's actually worth it. We're going to take a top tier player's deck and tweak it to our own liking and show you how to actually play the list. Now, I'll be showing you gameplay and we'll be going over some of the key cards in that list so you can learn how not to suck with Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Let's hop over into this video. Here's the list from top player Julius Brumfeld, who was able to take this to an 11-game win streak on PTCG Live and rank up into Masters. Now the list is very clean, has a lot of great parts to it, but here is my list in comparison, and you'll see some of the added tech inclusions, namely Spiritomb, to get the extra bonus damage if you're taking a hit on Cynthia's Garchomp. Let's take a deeper dive into this list now and look at all of the important key cards. Starting off with the namesake of the deck here, Cynthia's Garchomp EX has 330 HP, which is pretty good for a stage 2, and we also have two awesome attacks. Corkscrew Dive does 100 damage for a single fighting energy and allows you to draw up to 6 cards, whereas Draconic Buster is for 2 fighting energy and does 260 damage. You do have to discard all energy from this Pokemon, but we can also ramp up the damage on both of these attacks. We do also see the best part of Cynthia's Garchomp EX, in my opinion, which is the free retreat cost, so it's extra good here in a lot of situations where you have to retreat and put something into the active. The engine of this deck actually runs off of Cynthia's Gabite, which has the Champion's Call ability that lets you search once per turn into your deck and get a Cynthia's Pokemon out of it and put it into your hand. Now you can daisy chain this back and forth and get a whole bunch of Pokemon on the field super quick. Now to bump up the damage here, we've got Cynthia's Roserade. We're playing a higher count of this card in the list because we have the Cheer On to Glory ability that also stacks, and we can do an extra 30 damage based on how many Cynthia's Roserade we have in play. This can allow us to do 190 damage for our first attack on Cynthia's Garchomp, and we could do a crazy amount of damage with our other tools for Draconic Buster. We get to have a little bit more HP in our list with Cynthia's Power Weight. This has been a staple of the Cynthia's deck in the past, but adding the plus 70 HP makes our Pokemon big and beefy and hard to hit. It also makes our stage 2 Cynthia's Garchomp EX have 400 HP, which is absolutely insane. This list is running some new tools like Fighting Gong from the Mega Evolution set that allows us to search our deck for either a basic fighting Pokemon or a basic fighting energy card. Now this helps us with setup and also get our attacks online. We've also included the new Premium Power Pro that allows our fighting Pokemon to do an extra 30 damage, so that single energy attack doesn't look so bad when we're trying to Corkscrew Dive into a knockout on a 2-prize Pokemon. And this has to be one of the best cards in the entire list. We've got Lily's Determination, which is a staple in a lot of new decks after the Mega Evolution set releases, but you can shuffle your hand into your deck and draw up to 8 cards if you haven't taken any prize cards. You still get to draw 6 cards without discarding any resources if you have taken prize cards. This is an Arven build, so we do have 4 Arvens in the list as well, which help us get our Buddy Poffin and our TM Evo, as well as our power weights here for later in the game. Now the list will be down in the description of this video, so make sure you check it out, where you can go ahead and copy and paste this into your PTCG Live account and test it out for yourself, or you can even pull it over into tcgmasters.net if you want to do a little bit more testing to specific matchups. Let's see how it plays on the PTCG Live ladder now. Let's hop onto the ladder with a random trainee. That's fine. We're going to go in here, flip some coins. Hopefully we flip what we want here. Let's pick heads. Heads is cool, right? All right, here we go. Flipping the coin. We got tails. That's fine. We didn't hit what we wanted to, but we're going to let our opponent make the decision whether we go first or second. Our opponent's going to go first, so we'll go second. Still totally fine. We are an Arven build at our core. No basic Pokemon that time around. That's okay. Let's analyze what we've got. Okay, so all right, we're playing against the Ceruledge, so becoming a more popular deck. Definitely high up in the meta right now. Really good matchup spread for sure. All right, here we go. our hand is actually cracked. We've got Fighting Gong, we've got Neo Upper Energy, we get an extra bonus mulligan, we got Lily's Determination, we've got it all. So unless we get donked somehow, there's no way that we will, I think we're doing fine. We're seeing the normal setup here of a Ceruledge deck. They've got Lunatone, they're attaching to Retreat, they're playing an Ultra Ball, getting rid of some resources already. So they got a Turo, which doesn't matter in this matchup, but Boss definitely does. So they're getting rid of that. They do play Palpad in their list, so we understand that. Here we go. Whoa, they've got the full setup over here. They need like one more piece and they'll have it all. So let's see exactly what happens here. So they're discarding a couple energies. That's totally fine. Charcadet looks good. Yeah, that's the full setup. And the Carmine. Woo! I'd give him a high five if I was sitting across the table from him. Here we go. They're lunar cycling. I mean, I'm not going to knock him out, but maybe moving this thing out of the active spot isn't an awful idea. We get turn 1 TM Evo and the extra Gibble. So we're putting all of our pieces down here so we can daisy chain here. Let's use Fighting Gong. Let's go get another Gibble. We've got 5 fighting in deck. Now we get some prize check action. We've only got 2 Roserades there. And we've got all our power weights. Buddy Poffin. We've got all our Lilies. We got our Spiritomb. We got 5 energies. That's fine. Okay, cool. All of our energies are in deck. We can attach here. Now, here's something that a lot of people won't think of. I'm going to hold this hand. I think holding the Lilies is fine. Let's TM Evo. Most people will just say, oh, I got a supporter in hand. Oh, we can't do 3 evolutions, just 2. I'm talking while I'm clicking. And they will just play their supporter card because they can. We've got Neo Upper Energy in hand, so if our Gibble goes down, which it probably will, next turn we're thinking and we're learning together because Neo Upper Energy can swing a 1-hit knockout if they put their Ceruledge into play. And that's exactly what we want to do here. We want to put that pressure on them. I don't care if our Gibble goes down in the active spot. And there's a Ceruledge, just like we called it. It's like we know how to play this game. All right, here we go. They're retreating. Here comes the Ceruledge. And Abyssal Flames is going to knock out our Gibble. That's fine. Again, we can use Champion's Call on our Gabite and Daisy Chain all of our Pokemon. We've got a Roserade already in hand. And we can play Lily's Determination. We're about to have a broken... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! All right, here comes Champion's Call. We're doing it, right? All right, so we've got double Roserade. We've got Garchomp in hand. We can Champion's Call again. And so Roselia or Gibble. I think going Roselia, and then we can just set up a Roserade. We still will have a Champion's Call online. And just going here, Neo Upper, popping that up. Lily's Determination draws us a nice fresh 8 cards. I can even Buddy Poffin here. And then we'll just go with a Gibble, get us some setup. And let's Draconic Buster for 320 damage on a 270 HP Pokemon. There it goes. It's gone. That's totally fine. All right, here we go. We're popping it. We're locking it. We got a Fighting Gong for extra fighting energy. Premium Power Pro. All the good things, right? All right, so they're going to send up their Charcadet. They're padding back some of the resources. They get a Turos to take the Squawkabilly off the board because they realize that we can definitely hit for 160 damage with this style of deck. Whoa, that's a crazy amount of resources are gone. And the Briar, if we were going to go 2-2-2, which I feel like we're not in this case. So I feel like we can just tank a hit. If we can draw into one of our power weights, we can definitely tank a couple of hits. And they're just sending up. They didn't draw into their Ceruledge, so they're just putting up a Lunatone so we can knock it out. That's fine. I don't mind going on an odd prize exchange here. We're just thinning the deck for Fighting Gong. I can even put TM Evo down. Let's Champion Call. We don't have our other Gabite, but we can just get a Roserade here. That's fine. I think I'm pretty safe to play Garchomp, and we're just going to thin the deck for this Hilda because we can this turn. I'm going to Evolve up. I will put the TM Evo on, and then we'll just Corkscrew Drive. Yeah, Corkscrew Dive, not Drive. We're not driving. And we're going to Corkscrew Dive. We're doing okay. I mean, we're doing the numbers that we want to do here. We're swinging for 190 with a single energy. Yeah, they see it coming. They didn't get their Ceruledge. It's fine. And there's the match. With the flip of the coin, we get to see our opponent won the flip and gets to decide who goes first. Unfortunate. Totally fine, though. Totally fine. All right, so looking at our opening hand, Gible, Roselia. Roselia seems better because we can TM Evo the power-weighted Gabite. And that way, at least we have 170 HP Pokemon next turn. The Lunatone active. Are we just playing more Ceruledge? Hopefully not. Okay, an Artisan. Good to have a stadium for sure. There's the Artisan. Let's see what they get here. This will tell us exactly what they're playing. Okay, a Riolu. So they are playing Mega Lucario EX. This could be bad. Swinging with a single prizer is pretty good. They play air balloons in this list too, so they're just attaching. They could air balloon and swing 70 next turn, and we are going to have to use TM Evo, but the Artisan's very good to have in play because we can TM Evo 2 Pokemon and daisy chain those, so we'll be good. So here we go. Let's get another Gabite, and then we will power weight one of them after we, TM Evo. Power weight over here. We're going to put the TM Evo up top and use Evolution to get both of our Gibbles into Gabites. Bingo. Let's take a look at our prizes this time around and see what we've got. Just put the Gabite down. Okay, so we've got all 3 Roserades. 1 Roselia's prized. We've got our Candy in deck. We've got all of our energies, which is pretty good. And we've got a lot of draw supporters. And really, Arven is technically a draw supporter the way that our board is set up, because if we Arven and go into one of the Fighting Gongs and one of the Power Weights, then we can draw 6 more cards. We can realistically thin our hand if they allow our Roselia to live, which I don't think that they are going to here. It doesn't look like they are. Okay, they're drawing more cards. The Riolu is loaded. It can Aura Jab and put energy from the discard pile onto the bench Pokemon. We don't like that. The Lily's determination to draw them a fresh 8. Not looking great for us. There's the Mega Lucario coming down. I feel like this matchup is fine. Let's think about the math here. We are essentially a 400 HP 2 prize Pokemon. There are 340 HP 3 prize Pokemon. So thinking about the math here, if I'm able to take out 2 Mega Lucarios, which I can definitely do, then I'm doing fine. But I do have to draw an out this turn. They cannot one-shot this Gabite, so we're going to put the Gabite with the power weight in the active. Okay, this is fine. So let's Artisan first. Get ourselves a Roselia. We want to do the extra bonus damage. We can go ahead and Champion's Call first and get ourselves, just the Garchomp. And, oh man, actually I should have Champion's Called twice. I think I confused myself with the Artisan here, but that's fine. We can just get these out of hand so we can draw more cards and just do 160. It's like we had 2 Roserades the whole time, right? We can still Champion's Call. That's fine. We've got Buddy Buddy Poffin. We've got Arven. Okay, Town Store is pretty good for us also, because we do play a lot of tool cards that matter in this matchup. All right, there's a Max Belt. Max Belt's a little scary. They could just knock us out here. I don't like that. Then we would have to draw into Neo Upper Energy. No, wait, there's no way, right? There's no way that they actually get there. Let's do the math. So 270 plus 50 is going to be 320. They've got to play, yeah, there's a switch. Okay, I knew that was coming. Either that or an air balloon. So they're doing 320. There's the gong. They're going to try to cycle draw. Is that what's going on here? Cycle draw. Lunar cycle, that's what I meant. Lunar cycle. So the lunar cycle and the premium, okay, premium power pro, that's a little scary. They get to draw 6 fresh cards after that. They got juiced up. They're getting close. Oh, Mega Brave not hitting for enough. 350. Ooh, that's a sexy number. I like that. All right, here we go. Let's go in here. Let's throw this out. Honestly, Spiritomb. Let's try to draw an energy and just beat them up. Oh no, this is a terrible board state for them. We can even draw 8 cards here, so we can thin as much as humanly possible. Let's just get the other Roserade and go into, well, we can't even Roserade, so let's just get our energy here. Let's get Power Weight, Fighting Gong. You know what, let's use their town store. After this, Fighting Gong gets us our energy for our Spiritomb. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
All right, here we go. Town store. Let's put the Power Weight on the other. This is so funny. This is actually so funny. All right, here we go. Let's go and use Raging Curse and put 380 damage on a 3-prize Pokemon. We get to knock out. When have you knocked out a 3-prize Pokemon with a 1-prize Pokemon? Let me know when you've done that. That's hilarious. One-shot it too. No damage on it. That's got to be like a record. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. I love that. Holy. Oh, wow. So what do they do after that? So here's the Soul Rock. They can definitely knock out our Spiritomb. We don't care. We play Night Stretchers. That Mega Lucario on the bench is looking extra tasty. We've got Boss's orders in hand. I could boss. See, I don't have the second energy in hand. Otherwise, I could just boss and win. So we are going to have to play this smarter. So let's slow down, take a deep breath. We need 3 prizes to win. They have a 3-prizer that's damaged on the bench, and then they've got a bunch of 1-prizers. So we could just go here. Oh, no! They put down the Fez. Fez looking pretty tasty for us. So we could take out this Soul Rock. Oh, they could knock out. Oh, there it is. Yep. They are going to gust up the Garchomp, leaving our Spiritomb in play. That's fine. We can do it again. If they smash into our Garchomp, oh, ooh. If they got one more juice, that would have been terrible. Okay, that's fine. 420 damage. You take 2 prizes. We're even on prizes. No counter catcher shenanigans. Nothing like that. Now, I could take Lunar Cycle offline. I think just drawing 6 cards is better here, even though it feels kind of bad. Okay, let's just go here. Yeah, let's go here. Let me put this down. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm just gonna hold it because 160 plus 160 is not enough to KO that Lucario. Okay, so we did draw the energy. That's good. Now I kind of regret not getting a second Garchomp here because we could have played Buddy Buddy Poffin, but we didn't know. We didn't know we were gonna draw it. 160 is fine. Yeah, I want to draw more cards. That's fine. Neo Upper, that's really good, actually. Then we can just knock out the Lucario. We go Neo Upper, knock out Lucario, win game. If we draw Boss next turn, we also win the game. We need to draw Boss, though. We need to draw Boss if they're going to leave Lunatone in the active. Lunatone in the active makes sense, but now that we shuffled our Boss's orders, multiple of them into the deck. We have a 22-card deck. Okay, so they're going to be able to gust around some stuff. They know that they can't hit into our Garchomp without knocking it out. They don't have access to Max Belt anymore. Looking pretty solid. We can knock out a squishy 3-prizer. We can knock out a squishy 2-prizer if we inevitably draw Boss. Oh, the Turo taking it off the board. All right, so they're going to have to put energy on this thing. Do they have energy attachment? Are they going to whiff energy attachment? What's going on here? I still feel like Champion's Call is going to be able to get us the pieces that we need. We can daisy chain that. Cheer on to Glory. I mean, we're doing enough damage with Neo Upper. I keep checking Cheer on to Glory. I know I shouldn't. Okay, so they did get energy to the Riolu. They got energy to Riolu. And yeah, let's see what you got. Yeah, Cheer on the Glory should be able to get us there. Again, Neo Upper Energy. Okay, we need to draw Boss. We didn't draw Boss though. So let's just get set up. I think put Gabite down, get our other Garchomp. I don't want to get Iono'd at this point. So I think like finding everything that we need or putting everything that we need in play now is fine. They aren't going to be able to gust this thing. We don't play any stadiums to get rid of that Gravity Mountain. So I think just going for a shuffle draw 6 is fine. And we draw 2 bosses. So I think just putting the TM Evo... see, if we go down to 1, we might not find it. But then they still have to swing at us, right? They still have to swing at us. You know what? We can just end turn here. We have boss's orders. If they come at us, we know Lunar Cycle is not going to happen. This is giving us the better odds to win the game. If we get Iono to 1, we're fine. We're still fine. So here it comes. I'm wondering, do they have like the other... No, it's Mega Lucario. So maybe they just don't understand that we have it with Draconic Buster. I mean, we have Boss, so we could do either or. And we have second energy in hand. Our hand's actually cracked. They can swing at us for 270. Like, if they had Gust, KO... They can't Gust... Yeah, they Gust, KO, Iono, then we would lose. That's how we would lose this game, but there's the Gust. Okay, they're taking the Spiritomb out. Interesting choice. Very interesting. They're just going to Aura Jab. Okay, Aura Jab, and then put energy on Hariyama. We have power weight. It doesn't matter. I mean, we have Boss. So we have game in hand. We gave ourselves the best odds. We're able to... I can just put this guy up here. I mean, realistically, they should scoop at this point. I mean, 320 plus our pro. Yeah. Let's just go here. Let's get our juice. Let's juice it up. Bingo. And Draconic Buster for 350 damage. And that's how you win the game. You take a knockout on 2 3-prize Pokemon, and that wins you the game of Pokemon TCG. And there you have it. You can see the power of Cynthia's Garchomp EX in action against some of the high-tiered meta decks on the ladder, and we are winning games out there. So I really enjoy this list. I've loved Julius's list, and I've tweaked it to my own liking, as you see here. But let me know in the comments if you have your own Cynthia's Garchomp EX list. I know there's a few floating around out there. Let me see how yours compares to mine, what you like versus what you like out of mine, and let's spark up a conversation about Pokemon TCG, shall we? If you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. We always are releasing videos to teach you how to play Pokemon TCG a little bit better so you don't suck when you're playing out there in the field. Now, make sure that you're getting notified on anytime we release a video so you don't miss out on any of the Pokemon trading card game action here on How Not to Suck TCG. I'm PJ signing off in this video, but we'll catch you next time.